Yeah, I mean, it's so good that you are plugged into this ecosystem so well because I mean, it must keep you sort of on your toes a little bit of understanding of what is coming down the line. Do you think that, Silicon Valley is still the place to be for these latest companies in security? And, how do you think about that?
It's so interesting because like I've been working with a lot of founders in New York and other states even in the US, and then even ones out of the country, and they make very frequent trips to the Bay Area, right? And I think there's folks that will say that I've now heard many founders say that I would have, if I have to start this again, I would have started it in the Bay Area. There's a ecosystem here that's really meaningful. But then I've also heard founders say, like, you guys live in a bubble. Everything is like a build versus buy. And as a company, as a founder, it's really hard to sell into the Bay Area companies. And it's harder to sell into other areas and other big companies where the money actually might be. But I do hear them say that, like, this is where a lot of the key VCs are. This is where a lot of the key leaders are. And so it's kind of like innovation is still kind of prime here. So yeah, I actually think that I like there's something special about the Bay Area. But I mean, I'm working with founders from everywhere, and it's exciting for me. So, whether it be like, there's an ecosystem in London, I think there's an ecosystem out in Israel, and so there's some talent coming from so many places. But I do see that folks come here quite often.
Totally. Yeah, I think from the founder's perspective, there's no other place that has the same concentration of talent and money, and it's at the cutting edge. But as you say, it's a bit of a double-edged sword because you also can't just build for the requirements of the Bay Area ecosystem because we are a bubble, right? And it's just sort of recognition of that. And if you hire all your talent here, then you'd better have a lot of VC backing because it's so expensive.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you one thing. I mean, I think this is the only place in the world where the CISOs, and you're a great example, are quite so savvy about startups and the investment ecosystem, and you understand the needs of the startups as well as your own job, right? And I think that's the sort of level of education and sophistication around that is only in the Bay Area. I think it's awesome. So yeah, what a place to start Harmonic for us.
Yeah.
Couldn't be better, really. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love working with new founders. I think it's so fun, and I think it's really important. I learned so much from folks like you actually, because you share kind of, here's what I'm hearing in the industry. Here's how folks are thinking about things differently. It helps keep me current too, right? In what I do every day, because otherwise, if I cut myself off to that, I'm only going to know kind of the vendors that I'm currently working with and what they're doing, and through the CISO community. But through you talk to folks that I don't even are not actually in my network. So I hear all these different perspectives, which I think helps me be a better leader as well.